Dr. Vin Gupta joining us now to discuss the latest on these vaccine and variant headlines. Dr. Gupta, good morning.
Good morning, Alan. Good to be here.
Well, thanks for joining us. Now, over the weekend, there's a new variant that was first detected in India, but confirmed in Northern California. What can you tell us about that? And what does it mean as far as prolonging the pandemic when it comes to these variants?
You know, Al, there's a lot of uncertainty about this specific variant. It's otherwise known as a double mutant because it looks like there's two parts. There's been two changes that have been detected in this variant to a key part of the virus, the spike protein we've heard a lot about, that actually helps anchor onto our lung cells in our airways and enters our lung cells, causes infection, causes pneumonia. It has two changes, not just one. And this is what makes it a variant of concern, because we're worried that the more that there are changes to this key part of the virus, the spike protein, that's what antibodies from vaccines really target and try to block. They try to bind to it so that the virus can't enter our lung cells. So the more it changes, the more we're worried, could this escape the protection we're getting from vaccines? The answer is we just don't know yet because we haven't done the studies. We don't know how prevalent this is. But definitely concerning, Alan. This is the reason why this is a race against time. Coronaviruses like to change. They like to change and evolve. So the more we give it the chance to change, the more something like this can happen.
Dr. Gupta, the CDC issued new guidelines on Friday saying fully vaccinated people can travel freely without having to self-quarantine. Can you break down the details for us on that? But also, are folks who maybe aren't fully vaccinated, could they try to take advantage of this too? Could that lead to some issues now that things are opening up more?
Well, Dylan, on your second question first, I worry that if individuals who are not fully vaccinated may think or take the risk that they're fully protected, you're not. Wait 2 weeks after you complete your vaccine regimen, either after the second dose of Pfizer, Moderna, or after the first dose of J&J. That's when you're fully vaccinated. To your second question, I think this is great news, and it's appropriate the CDC did this because we know, one, that being in an airplane cabin is actually quite safe. All things considered, if you're masking, distancing, if you're cleaning that surface with the Purell wipes that they generally provide, there's a lot of air exchange. It's pretty safe to be in a cabin. Add the fact that you're fully vaccinated, and we know that the vaccine itself provides a lot of protection. That's why you don't necessarily need to quarantine, but it's really important to continue to mask in public, even once you've arrived at your destination, in the event that you might still be a transmitter of the virus, even if you're protected from its worst impacts. So I think this is a really smart move by the CDC.
Dr. Gupta, we've been talking about the fact that we're starting to see another spike in cases as some worry about a fourth wave of the virus. We know you've been working recently in a COVID unit near a college town. What have you noticed with younger people?
Well, Chanel, I'll say that the average age of the 13 patients in that ICU in Arizona was about 40. And the sickest patients I was caring for, it was quite young. Sickest patient, Chanel, was actually in their mid-30s. And it came down with a very rare but a very significant side effect from coronavirus. It's called Guillain-Barré syndrome, basically full-body paralysis. Rare, but concerning. Here's my message to young people across the country. Don't think you're protected from this virus. I've seen a very rare but concerning side effects, whether it's strokes, whether it's this that I just talked about, Guillain-Barré. You can't predict it. Get the vaccine. This is a very deadly virus in certain instances. Don't take a chance.
We've been seeing some lockdowns, Dr. Gupta, in Europe again, places like France, places like Italy. In the U.S., as you know, restrictions have been rolling back in a number of states. Do you think that could reverse if positivity rates climb too high?
No, Craig, by all accounts, we're expected to have some degree of normalcy as defined by minimal hospitalizations and deaths by the end of June. That's the hope. There is, however, Craig, in a scenario where the variants take root, where we open up too soon, where we're predicting here at IHME that we're still having over 1,500 deaths a day, 100,000 infections. We think that's less likely, but it's possible. So we could absolutely fall by the way of France, or what we're seeing with our neighbors in Canada, Brazil, India. The rest of the world's in chaos right now, Craig. There's a chance we could fall by that way, by that forecast.
How we know?
The overwhelming likelihood is that we actually see some degree of normalcy. Let's hope that's the case.
Absolutely.
Good news. Dr. Gupta, thank you so much.
All right. Shalom. Now, first of all, This knucklehead talking about take the vaccine, all this promotion to take the vaccine. You take that vaccine, you're going to end up looking like him, acting like him. You see the titles, double mutant vaccine, okay? And it's all in the agenda to lead y'all who don't abide by the word of the Most High right down to the New World Order. But guess what? The Baphomet is going to be in control like he's in control now, who is the puppet master, who is Buddy Rowe, that's telling y'all, leading y'all down this dog path to take this vaccine, because in the end, in the New World Order, the instructions from Buddy Rowe, which is the puppet master, are going to be led down to the false Messiah, and it's going to be one of the agenda that they pushing. You take that vaccine, you're going to come out looking like that dude that just told you, gave you all that information. That's on you. So it is what it is. You heard what he said. It causes all kind of changes and all this foolishness. Of course it do. Of course it do. So, you know, it's up to you. Make your mind up. I just put the information out there. I'm going to keep pushing it. I'm going to pull one scripture and I'm going to move on. All right. I'm going to Exodus 23:2. And that's it. You take the vaccine, you're going to come out looking like him, acting like him. Because that's what the New World Order is all about. Worshiping the Baphomet. The Baphomet is what? The God that don't know what he want to be. The God of transhumanism. The God of transformation. Right? And that's what they just put out there. Why would they put this guy who's supposed to be a doctor? How would you like it if you go to the hospital, if you're a man, and you got this guy dealing with you? Are you serious? We're in trouble, man. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2. We're in big trouble. All right? Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Period. So, I'm just telling you. You can pass that on to your family, or you can not pass it on. If you like it, hit the like button. You can share it. You can share it, all right? If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. And on that, give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High Yahweh in the name of his mighty warrior king, son of ours, our big brother, Mashiach Yahushua. All right? Form Yashala. Y'all be safe out there. Shalom.